Hey, and welcome. In recent years, many people have noticed a quiet but persistent tension in everyday conversations. Whether the topic is politics, social issues, culture, psychology, morality, or even personal life choices, discussions often seem to move quickly toward extremes. Positions harden, language becomes sharper, and at some point, an unspoken expectation appears. You need to choose a side. For people who hold differentiated, nuanced perspectives, this moment can feel deeply uncomfortable, not because they lack opinions, but because their views don't fit neatly into opposing camps. They see complexity where others see certainty. They recognize valid points on multiple sides. They resist oversimplification, not out of indecision, but out of care and reflection. And yet, when they express this, something subtle often happens. The atmosphere changes. The sense of belonging weakens. There may be no open rejection, only a quiet feeling of distance, of being slightly out of sync, of no longer fully belonging to the group. This video explores why this happens, what it does to us psychologically, and how to live with nuance without losing connection, integrity, or inner calm. Not by arguing harder, not by pretending neutrality, but by understanding the deeper human dynamics behind polarization and learning how to remain grounded in a world that often rewards certainty over depth. 1. Why polarized positions feel so attractive. To understand why nuanced people often feel socially exposed, we first need to understand why extreme positions are so appealing to the human mind. Human beings are not just rational thinkers. We are emotional, relational, and deeply social creatures. At a psychological level, extreme positions offer three powerful things: certainty, belonging, identity. In a complex and uncertain world, certainty is regulating. Clear answers calm the nervous system. They reduce cognitive load and emotional ambiguity. Belonging is equally powerful. When we share a strong position with others, we don't just agree, we bond. Shared certainty creates group cohesion, and over time, positions turn into identity. I am someone who stands for this. I am not like those people over there. From this perspective, polarization is not primarily about truth. It is about psychological safety. Nuance, by contrast, requires something very different: tolerance of uncertainty, emotional regulation, the ability to hold ambivalence, and a willingness to stand without immediate social reinforcement. This is not easier. It is harder. Which means that when someone says, "I see points on both sides," they're not merely offering an opinion. They are disrupting a psychological equilibrium that others may rely on to feel stable. 2. Why nuance can feel like betrayal to others. When someone holds a differentiated view, others may react with irritation, suspicion, or quiet withdrawal. This reaction is often not conscious. From the inside, it may feel like, "Why won't you just commit? You're avoiding responsibility. You're either with us or against us." But psychologically, what is often happening is this: nuance threatens group clarity. Groups organized around strong positions rely on clear boundaries. Those boundaries define who belongs and who does not. A nuanced person blurs those lines. They don't fully confirm the group's narrative, but they also don't clearly oppose it. This ambiguity can feel destabilizing. In emotionally charged topics, ambiguity is often experienced as danger, not because the nuanced person is wrong, but because they don't help maintain the group's emotional structure. So, when people pressure you to take a side, they are often not asking for your opinion. They are asking for reassurance. Reassurance that the group remains coherent. Reassurance that uncertainty will not enter the space. Reassurance that shared identity is intact. Seen this way, the pressure makes more sense, even if it still hurts. 3. The subtle experience of exclusion. One of the most painful aspects of holding nuanced views is that exclusion is often indirect. No one says, "You don't belong anymore." Instead, it shows up quietly. Conversations move on without you. Your comments are acknowledged politely, but not engaged jokes. Land differently, invitations become less frequent. This kind of exclusion is difficult to name, and therefore difficult to process. It can lead to self-doubt. Am I being difficult? Am I overthinking this? Should I just keep my views to myself? Social neuroscience tells us that even subtle exclusion activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. Belonging is not a luxury, it is a biological need. So, when nuance seems to cost us connection, the nervous system reacts, even if the mind understands the reasons. This is why many people eventually choose silence or conformity, even when it doesn't feel authentic. Not because they lack courage, but because the cost of disconnection feels too high. 4. The inner conflict of the nuanced person. People with differentiated perspectives often carry a quiet internal tension. On one side, integrity, honesty, intellectual responsibility. On the other, belonging, harmony, social ease. This creates a subtle but persistent dilemma. Do I stay true to how I see the world, or do I adapt to stay connected? Over time, this can lead to emotional exhaustion. You may notice overthinking before speaking, rehearsing sentences internally, scanning the room for reactions, feeling relieved when topics are avoided. This is not a flaw in your character. It is a sign that you are navigating competing psychological needs, both of which are legitimate. The goal is not to eliminate this tension. The goal is to relate to it more gently and consciously. 5. Understanding the role you are unintentionally playing. In polarized environments, nuanced individuals often end up playing an unchosen role, the complexifier. You introduce uncertainty where others seek closure. You slow conversations that are rushing towards certainty. You ask questions when others want declarations. This can make you valuable and lonely. Historically, societies have always needed people who hold this role. Mediators, philosophers, bridge builders, reflective observers, but these roles are rarely rewarded socially in the short term. They are tolerated when times are calm and resisted when times feel threatening. Understanding this can help reduce self-blame. You are not failing at belonging, you are inhabiting a different psychological position. In this first part, we explored why holding nuanced views can quietly cost us a sense of belonging, and why polarized environments often struggle with complexity, even when it's offered in good faith. In part 2, we'll turn inward and look at how to live with nuance without withdrawing or hardening, how to stay grounded, connected, and psychologically intact when the world keeps asking you to choose a side. You can continue with part 2 on the channel.